Bandua is in. White flag is raised, and Latrobe will be the last of the 12. As he comes forward. Latrobe is in. The 12 runners are set for the Dubai Duty-Free Irish Derby. Over a mile and a half. Looks set. And they're off. Platinum Warrior jumps away smartly. Carlo Biraghi in the centre and on the outside. Moving up towards the leaders, Rostropovic. And also prominent towards the inside is DXB, who now comes through and just disputes with Rostropovic on the outside. Saxon Warrior is close up on the inner, with Latrobe racing next on the outside. Then in between horses is Night to Behold on their outside. As they race now down towards the end of the first couple of furlongs is Old Persian, with against the rail Delano Roosevelt. After them comes Carlo Biraghi on the inside of Bandua. Then comes Platinum Warrior, and Theobald is at the back of the field with the Pentagon. But up front, Rostropovic takes over and leads down the far side. To in second place now is Latrobe, who's racing right up on the outside of Against the Rail. Behind the leaders is Saxon Warrior, and then comes Delano Roosevelt with DXB next, and they're closely followed by Night to Behold, and towards the inside comes Bandua as they begin now to make the climb to take them up on the far side of the track, where going along in the lead is Rostropovic, who's showing a couple of lengths in front now for Porrick Beggy, being followed in second place by Latrobe and Donnacha O'Brien. Sitting up close in third is Saxon Warrior with DXB in fourth, and they're being followed by the Pentagon, who's racing alongside Night to Behold, and then comes Carlo Biraghi with Bandua towards the inside of Old Persian as they begin now to make the run, to take them on the run up towards the top of the track. And in the lead as they make the run on the inside, Rostropovic. Latrobe is showing second. DXB is pushed along on the outside of Saxon Warrior, and they're being followed by Night to Behold, with just after them Delano Roosevelt, as the leaders now begin to make the run towards the 2 mark. And in the centre of the track, Latrobe has come to join Rostropovic Against the Rail. They're being followed by Saxon Warrior on the outside. Delano Roosevelt is staying on. It's Latrobe and Donnacha O'Brien on the stand side of a battling on Rostropovic. Saxon Warrior down the outside. They're racing up towards the finish. It's going to be an all O'Brien finish, but who's going to win it? Latrobe is going to win it for Donnacha and Joseph. Beats Rostropovic. Saxon Warrior is third. Delano Roosevelt 4, and they're being followed in just behind by Old Persian and the Pentagon. But victory goes to the O'Brien brothers in the Dubai Duty-Free Derby.
Well, what a finish and what a story as well. It's the O'Briens, but not Aidan this time. It's Joe and Donnacha. Joseph and Donnacha, the brothers, team up to win the Irish Derby with Latrobe at 14-1 in a race where Rostropovic looked for a long time as though he might fight them all off. Saxon Warrior on the outside has had every chance, couldn't quite get to them, and Latrobe has ended up on top. What a finish. Thanks indeed. So yes, Billy Lee and Kevin Blake both alongside me still as we watch Donnacha O'Brien accepting the acclaim after winning his first Irish Derby and providing his brother Joseph with his first as well. What a great story for the brothers. Latrobe fighting off Rostropovic and the favourite Saxon Warrior to land the big race of the day. 14-1 the winner return, 25-1 the second. Saxon Warrior even money favourite the third. And Kevin, I've got to come to you here first, because obviously you're part of the Joseph O'Brien operation these days. I think it's a pleasant surprise, obviously based on what you were saying beforehand, that this horse has won, but still a huge feather in Joseph's cap, isn't it?
Oh, unbelievable now. To be like, you can call it a surprise, but it's one of those things. You could never be confident with a horse with that profile coming into a race like this. He had to step up, and he's done it. And I have to take my hat off to Billy Lee here beside us, because he called the tactics spot on. They decided to make it steady, and DXB's chance was really hindered by missing the kick just a shade at the start, because I'm sure Sylvester would have wanted to prevent the race being steadily run if he could, but he just missed the kick a little bit, and he just lost his position. As a result, Rostropovic got to the lead, controlled the pace in front, with Saxon Warrior tracking him, and Latrobe on his outside, and those are the three that have dominated the finish. I think anything that's held up mid-div or worse here had no chance really turning in, given the way it panned out. But tactically, they've got it right in the front end. But maybe Ballydoyle didn't get the result they want, but I know Aidan will get as big a thrill out of this in the whole O'Brien family as they would have one of theirs winning. It's for Donnacha as well. You know, everyone knows his riding career is on a countdown timer, and he's improved so much. Like, there was nothing wrong with him coming into this season, but I feel winning on Saxon Warrior has brought him on. He's more confident all the time, and he's given this horse a smasher. And you know, he's taken a big step up, this horse. But to be fair to Joseph, you know, all through the winter, he said that if we have one, this is the one, and you just have to run them and find out. And
I actually remember him tipping up this, or saying he was a horse to follow at a few Cheltenham previews I did with him, believe it or not.
Well, that's it. You know, he's always been the one. If there was one, you just don't know. Like, you don't know if you have a horse that can win an Irish Derby. And at home, you know, he only had the one run last season, and you know, Joseph did the right thing. He's looked to bring him on steadily, as his father has done for so many years, and he's taken a big step forward with each run. And this is another huge step forward. Son of Camelot, you know, from the first crop of Camelot. That's a big result for him after 2 Royal Ascot winners. But a fabulous horse race, wasn't it? And Saxon Warrior, this is much more like him. You know, he's run a fine race, and I'd imagine we'll be seeing him over a mile and a quarter next time, but he's done nothing wrong here.
And Billy, I'm sure if you'd been in Donnacha's boots, you'd have been very happy almost from the word go with where you were, were you?
Oh yeah, he had the perfect trip the whole way around. Never in any bother, and close to, I wouldn't say a steady run pace, but probably not as quick as what we'd be used to in an Irish Derby. And to be fair to the horse, he gave him an easy time all the way around, and when he had to dig deep in the last half furlong, he did, and ran to the line well.
Yeah, you know Donnacha very well. Obviously, you're in there every day of the week with him. He works hard his weight, just like you do, and a lot of other guys do, but he's getting the rewards, isn't he?
He is, most definitely, and every winner he rides, he deserves it, because I'd say he has to wake up every morning and looking down, saying that he has to lose 6 or 7. So, you know, that's the struggle he's at the moment. But 'tis the sacrifice he's making, and he's getting the reward.
He could even be champion jockey this season, couldn't he? He's blazing the trail there.
Most definitely. You know, the way he's riding at the moment, and that he'll be getting more opportunities, and most definitely I'd fancy for it.
Yeah, the whole family here to enjoy the day today as well. Aidan's wife Anne-Marie is there, and Anna, who had that terrible fall last year but has happily made a good recovery, and another sister Sarah as well. Great shots, and same owner Kevin, of course, as Joseph's Melbourne Cup winner Rekindling. There's no fear they'll try and turn this fella into a Melbourne Cup horse, is it?
Wouldn't be a million to one. You know, that's the race that really drives Lloyd, and you know, he's an Irish Derby winner now, but it wouldn't be a million to one. Which Lloyd has been a great supporter of Joseph. There's plenty of lovely horses in there at the moment, young horses. And, you know, like I say, this is the one that the hopes would have been attached to coming into this season, and it's just fantastic for him to deliver on a stage like this for everyone involved.
Yeah, great shots there of the winning connections of Latrobe. I'm not sure, Aidan O'Brien, obviously out of luck himself, but thrilled for his 2 lads, just as he was when intricately won the Moigler here a couple of years back as well. We're having another look at the closing stages. There's another angle which hopefully we'll be able to show you from the inside of the track, and I've said this before, Billy, it's like watching 2 different races. It looks from this side as if Latrobe has just got up in the last few strides, but we'll see from the other side he seems to be in front from about half a furlong down.
Yeah, exactly. He's won actually a half a lane comfortable at the line. The angle we're watching, it looks like he's only got up in the last 10-15 yards. So no, look, he's done it well, and he's a good winner of the race. And look, as Kevin said, Saxon Warrior, I'd say once he comes back down the trip and they're going more his pace all the way, I'd say you'll see an improved horse again.
Yeah, he got the trip okay, didn't he, Saxon Warrior, Kevin? You couldn't say he didn't stay, but maybe just his speed might be that he utilised over a bit shorter, would it?
Yeah, that's it, exactly. It's just
here's the shot we're talking about.
You're just talking in terms of an optimum distance, and I don't think they go fast enough for him really over this type of trip. You know, we saw in the Guineas that he's a fast horse. He was a fast winner of a Guineas. You know, he showed a good turn of foot. So I'd say 10 furlongs, strong pace. I'd say we'll see an even better version of Saxon Warrior, but he's lost little in defeat here for me. It's a step back in the right direction after what was a disappointing effort at Epsom. And Ross Rapovich there has run an absolute cracker. You know, he's proven that his stamina is very much there. And I think, you know, the more positive ride, the fast ground, it all suited him today. And he's run a very noble race, kept galloping all the way to the line.
Yeah, it was a great spectacle, fantastic result for the O'Briens. And Well, we'll get some winning reactions shortly, but first of all, just like to thank Kevin and Billy for providing their insights there to the 2018 Dubai Duty Free Irish Derby. Billy, we'll let you go and get ahead of the traffic. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, Harry.
Thanks, Billy. Thanks to Kevin as well. Zoe, all yours.